Well, we have a special guest with us today on the Photo Bug, and it's somebody I was just with just recently, and unfortunately we didn't have time to do this live. But I've got Trai Anfield. Trai.
Well, she's live there.
Yeah,
it's
she's
just
live
remotely
there.
live.
I'm alive.
But we're separated by an ocean and a big distance.
We are.
Look
but
at him.
My goodness.
Wearing.
I see that.
you.
That's beautiful. Yeah. It was an incredibly full-on trip, wasn't it? I was
Yes.
sorry we didn't have time for this.
I know.
But hey, we were having so much fun with the bears.
Oh, we did. Yeah. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
It's much easier on me to do those, and I much prefer to do them in person.
Sure.
But I wouldn't have been there.
But yeah,
so.
Fred would have been left out. So
There you go, Fred. We'll have to take you along next time.
well, for those that aren't familiar with you, Trai, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself, your background? So I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. Well, shall we go back to the beginning?
Sure, why not? I started out as a child.
I am. If you haven't already guessed from my accent, I'm from the UK. What you might not have guessed from it is I'm actually Scottish, born and brought up there, of English parents, which explains the accent. This is about my third career. I started off as a ranger, and then ended up retraining in meteorology. And I ended up working in the media through meteorology, and then I got really jealous of the guys behind the cameras. They had all the big tech, and gradually I began to feel much more comfortable coming from in front of the camera to behind the camera, and I was no longer jealous of those guys because I had my own. So I came to stills photography from filmmaking at the BBC. I got trained up on all those big cameras, and discovered my love of stills photography again, and here I am now doing nature photography, which has kind of brought me back full circle to being the ranger I started out with. So it's a full circle story. And now, as well as teaching workshops here in the UK, as Jim knows, I run workshops and safaris all over the world, and that's how we met. So here we are.
Yeah, we actually were supposed to do a workshop in Jordan, and due to circumstances beyond our control, we had to cancel that. So we met with you in New York, I believe it was.
That's right. You were doing
lunch.
you were doing a UK tour, and were kind enough to meet up with me for lunch.
Yes.
But
so we did the Finland trip.
We did, yeah. And I would still love to do Jordan. We just have to see what happens over there. Very sad situation at the moment, but like you say, everything crossed. For all the people over there on both sides, we just want some peace and some harmony, and get back to.
Yeah, we're hoping that's settled soon. Not just so we can go to Jordan, it's just so it's settled soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure your thoughts are with everybody over there as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I have friends in Israel, so I understand that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you've got some terrific workshops, and I've got to warn people that if you're interested in Trai's workshop, you need to go out there early because your workshops fill up incredibly fast.
Yes, on the whole, I am very lucky that people seem to like traveling with me, and they come back again. And people who have subscribed to my newsletter, for instance, they get the first sneaky peek at them, and quite often they get snapped up at that stage. So so they do tend to fill quite quickly.
Well, we're going to put your website down here and encourage people to go out and subscribe, so they get a chance to attend a workshop. And you've got one. I'd like to talk about this in just for a second, because I know it's already filled up for next year. I'm hoping that if you still do it in 2027, that I can participate, and that's the Vietnam trip.
Oh, yes.
And what is so incredible and unique, it's an aerial trip with drones, that you actually do drone photography.
That's right, yeah. I mean, I've been through Vietnam a couple of times, and ground level photography there is fantastic. There, we've got landscape, we've got people, a little bit of wildlife, not as much as my usual trips, But then when you add in that extra dimension, especially around a lot of the cultural activities and the landscapes seen from the air, it just brings an entire new dimension to it. Mm-hmm. So I'm very, very much looking forward to, it'll be the first time I've actually run the trip like that. So really looking forward to it.
Do you think there's a chance 2027?
I think there might be.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Save me a place. Save me a place.
I'll put it in my schedule now, okay. And I'll put you on the wait list, top of the list, Jim.
Well, I looked at Vietnam out of curiosity. Guys hold drone license in Finland, the UK, Canada, of course, the US. And Vietnam is pretty strict. I think having a drone over 100 grams has to be registered. And in most countries, that if it's under 250, you don't have to. But Vietnam, you do. But if it's over 250, then of course you also need permission and a license and everything.
That's right. Yeah. Well, the trip that I'm running, we have contacts in Vietnam who sort out all of our licensing and everything like that. So the drones that we're taking will be licensed, and wherever we go, we will have permissions in advance to fly. So it's all above board and legal, and yeah, we're all good for that one.
And I should mention that you also have drones that people can use, so they don't have to bring their own drone.
That's right. Yeah, I'm going to be taking a couple of drones, 2 or 3, and you don't have to have any experience in flying them. They're not. It's not rocket science, but you will need a little bit of guidance to start out with, and that's what I'm here to provide. And we're hoping that people will really, really take to that aerial view and really enjoy just getting to grips with the flying, but also the view from up there, which is pretty stupendous. Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your other trips too, because you do Svalbard, and you were actually in Svalbard just a few weeks before we were there. Unfortunately, we didn't know about your trip and already signed up with another one before we knew that you were there and did that trip. You got Borneo, India.
Yes. Yeah.
And the India trip sounds interesting. Of course, the Pantanal, excuse me, as I mentioned.
Yeah, I think I'm lucky enough to have you join me on that one, eh?
Yes. And what else am I leaving out here?
I have a lot of trips in Africa as well.
Africa, yes.
So we do gorillas, for instance, in Rwanda and Uganda. Combine those maybe in Uganda with chimpanzee, with the shoebill in the swamps, and of course with the sort of plains. Big cats, they have tree climbing lions in Uganda, leopard, cheetah, stuff like that. So it's a really nice combination, Uganda. I think most of my formative sort of photography experiences have been in Kenya, so I'm very, very fond of Kenya. Family home was in South Africa for a long time, so love always going back to South Africa. And Tanzania, all of pretty much southern and eastern Africa are a much loved playground for me, and I've just come back from Zimbabwe and Botswana on a privately commissioned tour, which I should add is something that I do quite a bit. Sometimes people can't make the dates of my scheduled tours, so they commission me privately, either a couple of them or if you have a little group of 4 or 6 friends and you'd like to do a group, you can get in touch and we can do it at a time that suits your schedule rather than everybody else's on the trip. So it's a nice thing to do. Yeah.
And I should have mentioned that even your group trips, you limit it to a maximum of 6 people.
That's right. Correct? Yeah, I believe it should be a very personal experience, a very intimate experience. And I think with any more than 6 people, I wouldn't feel like I was giving my best to everybody. And I would hope that 6 is a kind of a magic number. It seems to work in terms of dynamics. And people often make friendships for life on these trips, so it gives everybody a really nice chance to get to know each other as well.
That's what kind of happened to us in Finland. I think most of the group, almost everybody, signed up for the Pantanal when they decided, or when we heard that we were going. So I think we're all going to be back together again.
Yeah, I should appoint you my agent, Jim. Actually,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was just lovely to see the way that the group gelled, and I think if you create a good atmosphere for people on a trip, then people are relaxed and open and to making friends, and they want to travel together again. So that's probably the biggest compliment that I could receive is when people come back and when they want to travel with each other again as well. It shows the trips really, really worked. So I'm always delighted with that.
Should say too that in spite of the fact the Finland trip isn't the easiest trip in the world, because it's basically you're up at night trying to sleep during the day, and yet the group got along great. Everybody was just gelled. It was just wonderful. In fact, I think it's one of the best groups I have been with.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm a big believer in the saying that your vibe gets you your tribe.
Yes.
So I think, what you put out there, you kind of attract like-minded people like yourself.
Yes.
And I'm always really thrilled to see people getting on. And like you said, the Finland trip is one of the hardest to do that on, because not only are you up all night and kind of catching up on your sleep during the day, but often in Finland, we were in little hides, individual hides. So the fact that you all bonded
and heat, hot hides. Yeah. At least when we were there, because it was kind of unseasonably hot.
Yeah,
and lots of bears. Yeah. What do we got? Bears, wolves, wolverines, eagles.
Yeah, everything turned up for us.
Everything.
Incredibly.
What was it? A golden-eyed duck that showed up one night for us.
Yes. We were very lucky.
What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
A favorite destination? Or animal? Our favorite destination? Oh, wow.
I know it's tough.
I'm always really pushed. People ask me this a lot, and I will be honest, it does change a lot. If I've just come back from Botswana, I'm thinking, wow, Botswana's the best place in the world. I love it. Svalbard, best place. I love it.
So you could say my favorite's the one I was just at.
Yeah, or maybe the next one I'm just going to. Yeah. But I think if I had to choose just one place for the rest of my life to photograph in, it probably would be somewhere in probably Eastern Africa. Yep. I have a huge affinity for that through my own history and my family, and just it's almost mythical over there. It's this wonderful place, so I feel very attached to it.
Carolyn and I years ago been to Tanzania and Kenya for the migration, and so I understand that. I understand why. If people haven't been there, it's just unbelievable. The number of animals.
Incredible.
In fact, we were there in the days of film, so you can imagine. That was some time ago.
That's proper photography, Jim.
Yes, it was. In fact, when we showed up, our guide, the guy who led it, had a bag of Ektachrome film. He said, no matter how much film you brought with you, you didn't bring enough, and he gave it to everybody.
Wow, I bet you couldn't afford to do that these days.
Yeah.
The price of that is skyrocketed. Yeah. Oh, that's phenomenal. And I bet you still love those pictures as well.
Absolutely, yes. In fact, we've got one hanging on our wall here from that trip.
Oh, terrific. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful.
So, Fred, you have questions for Trai?
I was going to ask her her favorite color.
I'm gonna go with blue on that one, Fred.
Okay, all right, that looks looks pretty good.
Various shades of blue. I like the glacial kind of blue the best, I think.
Well, it's a calming color. So there you go.
You can't have blue's my favorite color, so
I think blue. A lot of people.
I think a lot of people like blue.
Like I said, it's a very calming and kind of mellow color.
Yep.
So it is. Yes. Oh. And I actually have some clients and guests who are colorblind, mostly with red and green. So on a trip like Svalbard, I can relax because I know they can see everything.
Everything's black and white.
Yeah.
In fact, I was going to convert some to black and white, but they almost look black and white anyway. So.
Yeah. It is very monochrome at times.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Fred? Are you a blue favorite color as well, Fred?
Blue or gray. I kind of go.
But gray. That's a
But I do like a lot of earth tones.
Mm. Yeah, I see we're both wearing our colours today.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it goes in cycles.
And last week we both had blue.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago.
So, you never know with that. But if you had to choose 5 favorite animals to photograph, what would they be?
Oh, wow. I think the leopard, probably.
Okay,
in
there's
Africa.
one.
Polar bear.
Mm-hmm.
Brown bear, because they are so funny. They're so interesting.
Especially the cubs.
Yeah. Yeah. Gorilla.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm sitting here looking at 2 screensavers. One is lion and one is African wild dogs. But I think I'm going to go with lions because, mind you, I really like cheetahs because they hunt during the day and they're active during the day as well. So it might be a tie for last place between cheetah and lion. There we go.
Interesting. And pretty much everything was the larger wildlife.
Yeah, I would say that I'm probably best known for, sort of large mammal photography. I do like birds. I have to say I do like birds, but I wouldn't call myself a specialist in birds. I'd probably be better known as a mammal photographer.
Well, I think by saying wildlife, I think you've captured a wide variety of both fauna and flora, so that's cool.
And there's a question, is there something that you have wanted to photograph that's been kind of elusive that you have been able to?
Well, I haven't got to Antarctica yet. So the only penguins that I've photographed have been in South Africa.
Ah, you haven't been to Antarctica yet?
Yeah, I haven't got to the Antarctic yet. So I'm looking forward to getting down there and really spending some time with the different sorts of penguins. And apart from that, I'm very lucky. I've photographed most things that I've wanted to, including most big cats, jaguar, tiger, and all the African ones. So I'm sorting out a trip for snow leopards soon.
Oh, yeah.
Alice's cat.
The elusive snow leopard.
Which I'm very excited about. So they're on the list too of what I'd like to shoot. Yeah.
Jim, what's your elusive animal that you want to photograph? I know the one I would like to get. But...
Oh God, that's hard.
All right.
I mean, there's so many I haven't had a chance to photograph. I've worked with gorillas, but I have never had one in the wild. I don't know. The snow leopards, as Trey said too, would be.
I guess mine is simple. I just want to get a good Florida panther.
Well, yeah.
That's pretty elusive.
Also I had, when I was younger, camping in north central Florida. We had a Florida panther come into our camp one night, but and I didn't see it, but we heard it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely like to be in the right place at the right time for that photo. Yeah. So
one of these days,
we'll get there. Mm-hmm. It's just I want them to slow down all the development. Well. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You say it again.
So I think you might have just added that to my list as well, Fred.
Yeah.
Just I worry about the development because Florida's become very popular and a lot of developers are. We're losing habitat.
Yeah, we've got the western cougar which is related to the Florida panther, but not the Florida.
Right. So.
Yeah.
All right. So now you'll have to come to Florida, and we'll go on a safari to try to.
Take you to the Everglades.
Oh, I don't need asking twice, Fred. I'm there.
Good.
That's good.
Brilliant. Yeah, I may well take you up on that.
And a question that we ask all our guests. What kind of advice would you give to a new photographer coming out?
I would say, and if you're a new photographer and you've got a big trip coming up, maybe the trip of a lifetime, I'd say don't leave it until you're actually out there to figure out what settings do what on the camera. I would say, get some good advice before you go and practice a lot before you go so you don't miss the opportunity.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter for me what level of photography kit you've got. just make sure you know how it works. You know, whether it's your phone, or whether it's a point and shoot, or whether it's a pro mirrorless thing, whatever. But just make the most of what you've got, and make sure you know before you go.
Good advice.
Yeah, great advice. Yeah. So know your equipment.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're doing hiking, don't buy new shoes just before you go.
Absolutely.
Or bring less of moleskin with you. Well, Trai, we really appreciate it. You got anything else that you want to add before we let you go?
No, just that, it's been a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Oh, it was great to see you again.
Thanks so much for having me on. It's lovely to see you both,
Yes.
and to meet you, Fred.
Thank you.
And
you
Jim,
too.
I'm really looking forward to our next trips together.
I don't think as much
can't
as I
wait.
am.
Yeah, let's go see some big cats in the Pantanal.
We need to
After
talk
this
Fred
last
into
trip, he could barely contain himself. So
Oh, good.
I know.
I can barely contain myself.
Ah, barely. See what you did.
Sorry.
Sorry. Bad joke.
That's what happens.
By the way, both
We
Fred
love
and I
that.
have Scottish backgrounds too, so that's.
Yeah.
Great. Whereabouts? Where are your
Well, my
folks from?
family originally came in to the States back in the late 1700s, early 1800s from Ireland, by way of Scotland.
Ah, right. How about you,
Fred?
Fred?
Well, a certain amount of Scottish, a lot of British. So I'm pretty much, any of my ancestry is mainly on the islands there, and then a few in northwestern Europe. So it seems like they came over to areas like Tennessee and Kentucky in either the late 1700s or early 1800s is when a lot of my forebears managed to make it over. How they got there, I haven't really tied that down yet, because it scatters out pretty quickly as far as when I start going back, who and what and when and where. So, but definitely have a fair amount of that. So, and I would like to spend probably 3-4 months just going over the whole UK. That would be a bucket list thing for me, because kind of put me in touch with a distant home, if you will, and then being able to see what I know is there. So yeah, that would be interesting.
It is very beautiful over here.
Yes,
so
it
if
is.
you come over, give me a bell.
We
You
fell
never
in
know,
love
if
with
you
the
go far
Cotswolds.
back enough, we might even be related.
You never know.
Maybe.
Sooner than later.
Oh, I
Anyway.
hear Carolyn.
Yeah, she's being
in the background.
She's putting in her
she's-
2 cents worth, throwing it in there.
She's biting her tongue, trying to.
Great stuff.
Well, thank you again. Thank
No,
you so
thank
much for
you.
taking time to come on.
Yes.
It's a pleasure, and hi to all of your listeners and watchers as well.
Oh, great.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, if you enjoyed this video, please go down here, subscribe.
Here.
There you are. Subscribe. Give us a comment. Even hit a like.
And if you want to be notified when we post new ones, hit the little bell down there, too.
Yeah. Ding, ding.